All right, let's get this started. So, we're going to be working with a Magento store. Magento store that has about 3 million products in the catalog, which is fairly heavy, and as you can see, because it's taking freaking forever to load the catalog. And we're going to be building a data layer using GraphQL that can access and communicate directly with the Magento database. So we're going to go here. We're going to reload. Open our preloaded project. EX. Let's just make sure that everything is working correctly. Cool. Okay, that's the first thing that we need to fix. We're not going to be connecting to Postgres. We're going to be using MySQL. So let's go and open IntelliJ. And let's take a look. So I'm working with a vanilla Phoenix project without any HTML, no branch setup, no views. It's just the scaffold of Phoenix. The first thing that we have to do, or that I have to do here, is first of all, I need to get rid of Postgres for now. We're not going to be using it, at least not for a while, and we're going to be using the adapter from MySQL, which in this case is the Maria X1. As well, we want to load all the absentee, which is our GraphQL library. So we're going to need to grab the absentee, the plug, the act adapter, and the data loader. Once that's done, I just need to make sure that the dependencies are installed correctly. Beautiful. Now, technically, if we go back to the terminal, can we start Phoenix? Or is it gonna throw a bunch of errors right now? Ugh. Yep. Okay. That won't work. So let's clean that up, go back to our IDE, and we're gonna have to fix our repo, I guess. That would be the next thing. Take a look. Our repo. Actually, no, that's probably okay. What about our configuration? There we go. Oh, come on. It's the right one here. Of course, it would be MySQL. And good. see. And I do have a VM running, where this installation of Magento is running. So let's make sure that we can access that from the credentials here. All right. Okay. So we're gonna grab the IP address of our VM and just make sure that my credentials are absolutely correct. And then I'll create it, right? So we save that in SQL. Now, technically speaking, if we go back to our terminal, this time this thing should work. Or at least try to run. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see if we load this in the browser. Oh, by the way, my admin finally loaded. 3,000,000, no. About 3 million products. Okay, so right now we don't have any routes set up for Phoenix to work with. So we need to make a few changes here. So I'm going back to the IDE. Make a change here. Okay. Let's take a look. To the route. Okay, we can leave that as it is, but for the default scope, for the root of our API, we want to first, we're gonna treat this as an API request, and we need to, we're gonna add support for GraphQL. Actually, it's easier if I copy the snippet that I have pre-saved here. Just close that tag. I guess not. Okay, GraphQL, that's good. Nope. To change this to EX. Yep. Maybe it's a schema here. Nope. Okay, let's create a new Elixir file. I'll call that web.schema. Okay, good. Okay, what do we need to do in here? Because the bare minimum that we need to implement here is going to be query do and now is that enough for us to be able to compile? Nope. What are we missing here? Oh, of course. Okay, that should be enough. Let's see. Oh, and we're missing a forward slash. Okay, so let's go back and fix that. Router file. Add the forward slash. Save. Go back. And rerun. Okay. Now back to the browser. Nothing, but if we hit GraphQL, beautiful. Okay. Nothing happens. Root query type field must be an object which field names has keys. Okay, so perfect. So now we need to start defining the object types and field types that we're going to be working with inside of our schema. Now the question is, should we just start adding everything on our file and then refactor and keep it clean? Or do I start clean from the get-go? Let's see how you see or how hard it is to import schemas. So technically I could do for fields now. Could do queries. Now that would obviously not work. Yep, okay, so that means that we're gonna need something else like import types, and we're gonna call make x schema dot, let's say types of product, something like it. Okay, and we can go ahead, copy this Elixir file. Boom. Okay, the first thing that we wanted to fix, since we're going to be defining a bunch of objects and types for the schema, I want to make sure that this class can actually use the schema notation. And then let's define a basic query do. And we're gonna call this. Actually, what did we call the other one? Product queries. What should we call this? To all products for now, although there is no chance in hell I'm going to be returning as many products as my catalog actually has. That would be list of product. Now, if I try to run that, that's probably going to crash saying that product hasn't been defined. Yes, correct. Undefined function. Oh, undefined function query. Huh. Hold on. Schema notation. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Thought that was a macro. Okay. Oh, okay, this doesn't work the way I want it. Alright. So for now, let's grab this, take it out of here, move it to the main schema here, all products, list of product due, and okay, now we should get the missing definition for, yeah. Okay. Good enough to keep moving forward. Okay, now if we go back to the product type, which is fine, let's add a brief description here. Okay. And we're going to create an object, call it product 2. What fields do we have available out of the box from a single table? Let's say entity ID for sure. We do need that, and we want to make sure that it's always on null. ID. Then we're going to have typically the SKU. Whoop. Which is going to be non-null. Just give me a string type. I guess price is also in that table. Not 100% sure, but let's give this a shot. Okay, again, let's run this. Okay, that's good. That's just a conflict with the older session that I have over here. So we go kill this, restart, and then back to the browser and refresh that. Boom. Products. Okay. Now, obviously, if... Okay, float. Cool. Let's say query all products, and let's say that we want the name. Oh no, sorry, this entity ID and SKU for the sake of argument. If I run that, we're gonna get nothing, absolutely nothing, because we haven't told our GraphQL implementation how to actually resolve to load those products. Okay. Let's think for a second. What do we need here? So I need... I think I need a Phoenix context with a product model that I can use to resolve this and map it to an actual database. Yeah, we'll see. Let's think about this for a second. Okay. Let's clear this. What is the syntax for generating a Phoenix context? Context, let's see. Channel, nope. There we are, context. So let's say we want to generate a context called catalog and product. Inside context we want a product. Okay, and then the other thing that we need to consider here is the table that this maps to. Which is not going to be a standard table, it's going to be the database table that Magento provides, which... Okay, let's reference my old proof of concept code. If we open the product, this catalog product entity here. And we're gonna leave the fields empty right now. I don't care about them. I don't need them per se because the schema is already created. So listen to table. Okay, so we have a brand new context, which because Phoenix is doing a lot of scaffolding for us. I'm probably going to have to remove all of this. It's not. I don't think it's going to be that useful since we're working with an existing database with its own little quirky design. But we can totally use our schema here. So timestamps, we don't care about the defined timestamps. Magento already has its own unique set of updated and created add fields, so we should be able just to go. I'm gonna go and grab some code for the fields that are already provided. Oh no, that's horrible. On that table. Let's see. Catalog product. Entity type ID, SKU, options, require options. Okay, pretty standard. And what's available on that table. Oh, and the other thing, Magento being Magento, is in its own custom field as the table ID, which is in this case is entity ID, so we're going to be adding that. Okie doke. Technically speaking, this should be enough. So I can just go ahead and for now we're only caring about entity, SKU, and price. Okay, so we're defining our schema. We're telling it what kind of objects the schema has available, what fields those objects have has, what kind of data they are. So, guess the next thing that we need to do for this particular query is we need to tell our schema how to resolve that particular query. Since we are at it, I guess the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I add a limit, which is gonna be an integer. We can actually save that. Go back to the browser. Fresh or oh, guess I need to restart. There we go. So technically speaking, now yeah, perfect. We can add filters to our particular root query. Beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna do, let's say 10 products for now. So of course we'll return nothing, but we can easily solve that. Okay, if we go and what do we want to do here? I'm gonna create a separate module structure for resolver, so we're gonna call that Mage EX Web solver or resolvers. Let's go with singular, and we're gonna call this product. Yep, create and that. Okay. Okay, so this particular product resolver is actually going to be accessing our newly created catalog context, and is the one that is going to be doing the actual queries for hitting the database in this case. So first thing that we need to do, we need to create an alias for mesh ex, and we call this catalog. And we're gonna also need, I think I need a import something from absent blueprint, I think. Not 100% sure, but I think it's documents.field, I believe. Huh? That works. And then let's define the function that's actually going to be returning all products. Takes a couple attributes that I'm not going to worry about right now, other than the arguments. And we have an info do. Since this is Elixir, instead of just returning a collection or whatever, we're going to be returning a tuple with a success message. In this case, that's going to be cat, and we're going to be calling the catalog context dot. Oh, does it really call that? Yeesh. Yep, I guess it is. Okay. We'll leave it like that for now. Let's go back to... where's my resolver? Ah! And I just realized I made a mistake. This shouldn't be part of the Magix. This should be moved to the web context. Yeah. Okay, so let's fix that right away. Where's my directory? Oh, that's horrible. Terminal, because why not? Web, and let's make clear. Okay, drag and drop. Yeah, I know. Get rid of this. Okay. And yep. There we go. Catalog. This absolutely we do want. This is correct. And we want to pass the arguments here. Now we want to do some pattern matching, and if this is empty, just call this. Now, the thing that I just realized is that our ID is clearly tagging here is there is no definition for list catalog product entity with an arity of 1, meaning that there is no definition that actually takes parameters. Since we only have one definition and doesn't allow us to do anything interesting with it, so what do we do here? Oh, why don't we create another definition? So let's just take this and we're gonna add a param or make it arity of 1. Perfect. Now technically, if I go really quick to check my resolver, yep, that is resolving correctly. Perfect. Okay. Now we're not going to be using this like that. Make sure that we can do some filtering, otherwise we're going to be querying or trying to query 3 million products, which is going to end in tears. Now that I think about it, why don't we take advantage of pattern matching, and instead of having to have the function that parses, that parses our product or our arguments and try to figure out what to do with them. Let's just create a definition for the potential arguments these things would be receiving. So let's call limit, and which is the only one that the only argument that we currently have defined on the schema, and we're going to call that internal page size. And I probably want to make sure that this is always an integer. So when we can use a guard here, so integer. I'm gonna call that page size. Yep, beautiful. And then we're gonna make reference to the product. So we're product collection, and we're gonna pass a limit. We're gonna make the reference to the page size there, and then we want to call read total. Yes, we do. All right. Should probably hardcode some kind of limit into this at some point, but for now, let's leave it like that. Let's go back to our terminal, restart for the sake of restarting to make sure that everything is compiling, and try to run our query again. Well, we haven't crashed, but at the same time, I also forgot to make use of our resolver. So let's go back to our schema. Oh, that's the one. Okay, so what do we need to do here? We need to, guess, first and foremost, we need to import the schema. Or sorry, the resolver in this case. So can we just alias, and we're gonna make ex web resolver product. Okay, beautiful. And yeah, the naming can be conflicting, so I'm gonna call this what is the syntax here? One second while I Google the alias syntax, because I want to be very specific about how I name the product resolver. So we're gonna call this product solver. Okay, and then let's put it here, resolve. Can I call it directly, or do I have to? I think I have to pass it this way. Forget why specific. Oh, yep, that's the way to do it. Args. And we're gonna do arity of 3. Oh. Is that correct? Yep, I think that's correct. It's technically, yep. Call me correctly. Thank you, IntelliJ. Okay. One more try into the terminal, then to the browser. Boom. Compile and play. Ooh, nice! Now, for shits and giggles, let's remove the limit from the query and see what happens. Remember, this is over 3 million products loaded into this catalog. We're gonna be requesting all of them. Whoops! Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Technically I don't have a definition for that matches an empty list. Because, and see if I can point it here. It's easier if I put it on the terminal. So what's happening here is Elixir or Phoenix or Absent is trying to match a call to list catalog product entity with an empty map. This is the syntax for a map in Elixir. I don't even have that. I have an empty definition for products. So, a couple things that we can do here. Just because I want to see this break, I'm gonna go back. We're gonna go to our context and we're gonna change the blank one to taking an empty map like that. And go back to the terminal, restart the service, and say our prayers. Well, let's run this again. Oh, I forgot to switch to the browser. Now this is technically trying to, yep. Query bill. What fail here? I think it was just a database timeout. Let's see how far we can push it out of the box. Let's try 1,000. Oh. And nope. Okay, maybe 100. Not even 100, huh? Ooh, yeah, there is something really wrong here. That simple query took 15 seconds. That's way too much. I wonder if it's now that technical gives cache. Nope. Ah. Okay, what about the original 10 that we asked for? Ooh, I think I broke something. Yep, I think I definitely broke something. Should be able to return 10 products. Ha, alrighty. Yeah. Alright. Let's let's go and connect to the DB and see what the hell is. Fail. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we broke here. That's the problem. This should be working fine. Okay. Can we copy the query and give it a shot to try to run it manually? Probably not. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking promising. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, wait a second. That query is the one that oh, what the hell? Okay, this is why everything's timing out. This query technically has no limit, so... Wow. Well, I guess the database is technically capable of returning 2 million records in one single result set. Okay, what did I screw up here? Let's go back to the editor. Ooh, okay. Let's think about this for a second. The way that I define... Yep, I need to do it backwards, otherwise this product map, or this map for the arguments will always freaking match. I actually might be doing it incorrectly because... No. This should be the fallback. So, alright. Let's switch, save, restart, and try again. And... Oof. 3 million records in 12 seconds? Not that bad. Alright. Okay, back to the browser. Alright, we have 10, 100, 1,000, oh, come on, that's it? Ah, okay, fine. 10,000. 100,000 is where we start slowing down a little bit. 3 seconds for that. If I run it... Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that's... big. Yeah, 100,000 products is a little heavy. 10,000 is fine. 10,000 takes about 400 milliseconds. Not too shabby. Yeah. Alright, let me fix the camera if you're complaining so much about it. Oh, you're right. Let's see. Is the focus okay? Yeah, I think it's part of the reason is because I have the camera mounted on the desk, so it's those little tiny pieces of vibration that make the autofocus just go nuts. Should be good now. Alrighty, let's... Okay. So now the fun part. Also, I don't like this being called out products, but I'll fix that later. Let's go back to... I need to think about attributes now. Actually, I should probably commit. By the way, is the keyboard noise still loud? Yeah, the only thing is I don't like doing limit. Seems a little bit redundant. But you're right about not being descriptive. Now that technically should still work. Yep. You would be surprised. A lot of people complain about mechanical keyboards on developer streams, which is kind of weird. Okay, commit. What do we want to do? I'll tell you what's not in frame right now, but you can guess. And yeah, where else do you want me to put the freaking microphone? I mean, I can move it further out of the frame, but I don't know if it's gonna catch the sound as well. You tell me. Especially because I'm looking at the chat and the microphone is this way. I tell you. Right, product resolver. Also, no comments about that? Okay, all right. Oh, weird. Oh. There you go. I need this code. Absolutely. Create, update, delete, change. Yeah. Now, getting other attributes is where it gets fun. Yeah, huh. All right. So, when we're gonna need to add another extra model here because attributes have their own set of tables. So, let's see, Phoenix gen context. We want to attribute now for EAB attribute table. Yep. Okay, if worked correctly. It injected a bunch of okay, seriously. Go back to the terminal here. Okay, I'm gonna fix the damn attribute schema first for Ecto. So let's think about it. What do we need? All right, so I guess is attribute code. It's a string. Attribute model. For the Magento expert in the stream, any fields from the attribute table that I shouldn't bring? That are no longer used and no longer relevant? Model type table. Yeah, you know it. Come on, you should know this by heart. Then you have all the front end ones. Label input. Is that a thing? forget. Also, model label input class, and then there's a generic source model, which is also a string. I mean, a bunch of these ones are normally not used and probably wouldn't be relevant for what I'm doing, but I guess it makes sense to have them for now. And then they can be removed with minimal impact, I guess. Fair, yeah. Default value for sure we want. That's gonna be a string as well. Is unique. And that's a boolean. What else? Entity type ID to map it if it's a note, which is string, I want to think. Funny, attributes don't have timestamps, huh? That is good design by Magento. Okay, and the attribute ID, which is the primary key, which is auto-generated. And right now, since I'm not doing anything with, or I'm doing anything that is actually writing to the database, I'm not gonna worry about this too much. This is actually kind of cool. You can set up validations or casting values to specific types. All right. This should be good. I already have the, I don't want to expand that. Do we want to return all attributes? Did we get any value from it? I guess we can create a schema. Let's create a new Elixir file. Mage.ex web. What I've been calling everything. I mean, I know that technically you don't care who created the attribute, but having auto-generating timestamp fields is not expensive. It doesn't take anything. You don't even have to map it to a model. It just be a updated created at field that you let MySQL handle. Yeah. Also, funny enough, I see the chat messages before on the preview that I have of the stream than on the actual chat client that is provided by Restreamer. It's about a second faster. Which is interesting. Schema.types. Attribute. Alrighty. I'll need this. Okay, I have the syntax correct. What do we care about attributes? What do you mean? Let's go with attribute ID. Oh yeah, it can be. Oh. Yeah. This is a real syntax. I think that's it. Out of curiosity. That's... Yeah, EAB is not necessarily the best solution. I guess 8 years ago... Oh, yeah. I mean, think about it. 8 years ago with what version of MySQL was even available, right? So I guess it kind of makes sense they went with this. But nowadays, EAB probably... Like for, at least for product attributes, just create a JSON field on a Postgres database and you can use that. You don't have to deal with all the nonsense that comes with EAB and MySQL. Just wait until we get to try to retrieve the particular attributes. Yep. Okay, so I have a schema. Ah. Okay, let's go back to the schema for field. I'm gonna have to write another resolver. Huh, I wonder, can I get away with doing product attribute? Ooh, nope. Ah. I wonder if this actually works. Check that out for syntax. Technically, because Elixir gets compiled, it should be resolved properly. Oh, I haven't even thought about search. It just made me depressed. Okay, let's see if this actually Compose. Okay. I guess it did. Neat. I like this. Okay, let's fix the typo here. And start creating a new resolver. What are we gonna call this? Attribute resolver, I guess. Though I don't know if I like that pattern. Catalog. No. Let's copy this. I guess we can essentially and I'm gonna have to make adjustments as well. Nope, there we go. Same thing. Although I haven't created any filters right now, so let's just take this out for a second. Turns everything. And I need to tweak it. So it's an empty map. Or do I? Yeah, I do, because it's gonna always pass that empty map. It's kind of annoying. We don't care about that. Maybe not. Okay, let's roll back that. Yep. Okay. Now, terminal again, restart. Wait a second. Yeah, I thought so. Catalog proc entity, that's line. Product EX, it's not a resolver. Okay, for now, let's just pack it together. Okay, that should be working. Okay, we hit the browser. Okay, first, let's check that this is working. It is. Now, technically speaking, I can do... That's interesting. Must be missing something here. There we go. All right. Forget it, but I think I can do multiple queries here. L attributes, and let's retrieve the entity, the attribute ID, attribute code. Well, I guess we can only do one. Okie doke. I think we can also, if I'm not mistaken, do this. Yep. All right. For 6 of argument, let's just make this 10. And now, I need to think about allowing or mapping particular product attributes. Which is tricky because how do we know what table to query, right? How do we know that the attribute is an integer or a bar chart or an image for that matter? So I really need to think how to yeah, but the backend tag will tell me what type it is. The way the I'm gonna call it an ORM, but it's quite not technically an ORM. Let's say the adapter to the database. I'm gonna need. Technically, I do need an ecto schema that maps to a particular table in order to be able to use it easily. Otherwise, I'm gonna be writing a lot of hard-coded custom SQL, which I do not want to do, because that kind of breaks the point. Good point. Yeah, see, that's the problem. We don't want to do that. Now, technically speaking, if I were to okay, let's think about this. So, by the way, isn't there a... Yeah, I know, that's a Magento solution. No shit. That's why it takes... Let's just start... Oh, shit. Let's start counting how long my admin takes right now. Oh my god. One thing that I can do, the video, yeah, still not loading. It's super slow. Wow. All right. Let's see. So let's take something that is, I don't know, bar chart. Let's say field name. It's gonna be a string in this context, and because we're gonna be querying another entity here, let's say we want to execute a function here. Wait, I think you're gonna like the way I'm gonna solve this one. We're gonna tell GraphQL or Magento to would it be bad if I do something like attribute? Well, let's call load attribute for sake of argument, and catalog product entity varchar, and we're gonna tell it what code to load. If I do something like that, let's take it for a second. So, I mean, it's not so bad in the sense that if you want to reuse this as a library, you would have to code which attributes you want to include in the GraphQL implementation. They wouldn't be loading dynamically, but... Oh, and yeah, finally, the admin loaded. Took forever. What do I mean compiling? What do we do here? Oh, you know what? Because no, I get what you're saying, but you could potentially end up with a join. Yeah, I don't quite like that approach. Oh, or wait, you're saying to during the compilation scan the table and then auto generate the code? Yeah, no, okay. I mean, that's an interesting approach. No idea how to do that though. Because I would, if I'm understanding what you're saying, I would technically have to. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to inject something during the compilation stage of Elixir, and I'm not even sure how or if you can do that. It's not a bad idea though. I'm gonna definitely look into that. Now, for the time being, I think I can get away with... Oh, first I should probably define load attribute. Interesting. So can I use... What do I need here? No. Data loader. I mean, maybe a view, if that was the case, but... Just give me 1 second, I think... So this is gonna... This function, take product, take context... Oof, this is where the fuckery gets interesting. So I'm gonna be passing the product that is loaded as part of the parent query, and I need to reference the entity ID of that product, the entity type ID because the attribute might not be assigned to that product type. And we need to know the attribute name that we're requesting. That's gonna be our key. And then I can actually use loader. The loader load catalog. No, I'm gonna So using a context, passing table, and then a key. And type. And which one do I call? Documentation. One of the things I really like about Elixir is that pretty much everything, including the the libraries, are pretty well documented. I thought there was an unload. There we are. Okay, can I... I don't know if this is actually gonna work, but I mean, it's worth a shot. And it's gonna return a tuple, or a map in this case. No. Loader. Okay, so we go back to the schema. Do I need to do something on the schema here? Technically no, I think it's I think I should be able to go back, rerun this, and nope. Line 19. I was afraid of that. Or wait, what am I missing? Will that help? Nope. Hmm. Okay, I'm missing some stuff here. Let's think about this. Now, so I need... Not sure if this is actually going to work. Catalog, data loader. Yeah, I didn't. Cannot invoke local inside match. Oh! Wow, okay. That was dumb. Now, that doesn't mean that this is actually gonna work, but we can try. Okay. Cannot, line 21. Line 21. Function product. Well, damn it. Okay, one more thread running this. Oh! If you're talking about my brain, yes, I did. I was missing a comma. Now let's see if this actually works. And it's correctly mapping. Ah! Catalog data is undefined for private. Ooh, what? Catalog data, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, so Essentially what is happening is I'm trying to take advantage of this thing. One way to think about it is kind of a lazy loader. So if I have to do multiple queries to the same table, this thing will kind of do it in one single join instead of having a bunch of individual joins trying to grab multiple voucher attributes. This should do it in one single swoop. So technically this should allow me to build the queries with all the extra attributes from all the extra tables with minimum impact and minimum amount of joins. At least that's my understanding of data loader. It starts to get pretty freaking messy and complicated trying to implement it. So right now it seems that I'm missing a data function on my catalog. Let's go back to IntelliJ. Catalog, data loader. So it's my catalog. Now the question is, what was it on that? Catalog. Okay, so going back, checking the notes. Nope, this one. Technically speaking, I'm missing. It's right here. Data loader kiwi, and I'm gonna have to make reference to do data loader. Oh no, I technically don't need to import anything now. If we go back, clean this, run it again. Browser, GraphQL. Oh, I didn't compile. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, this is where it gets messed up. Okay. Let's go back here. Gonna have to add a query function. Now the question... Oh! Yep. I don't remember what I have to do. Now, technically speaking, this is table attributes to just because I don't have a good implementation right now, we're gonna add table. I'll just inspect attributes. Let's pipe that to... Oh, this is where it's gonna get messy. Having to actually build a query. Alright. Okay, that will compile. And it should... okay, so now that's working because I haven't actually requested name. But if... Okay, first let's refresh this. Cool. So if we go to our product type, we see that it has a name. Cool. Now if I ask for the name, nothing is going to come back. So here's what I'm getting back on the query function. So I get a map set. So for the first thing that I get is a table ID, or is a table name that I'm going to be working with. So in this case, it's going to be varchar. And then from the product set, like all the products that are returned, I'm getting the product ID, the entity type ID, and the attribute name that we're requesting as a map set. So if I go back and just for argument's sake, let's go back to our product and I don't know, I need another attribute. Preferably another varchar for now. Let's think. Good one to use. Technically, image is a varchar field, is it not? I think it is. Image to and we do resolve. Image. Yeah, for sakes of whoop. Okay, so now we have 3 varchar attributes. What else do we need to do here? Yeah. For 6 of argument, let's say that that is okay, and let's go back to the terminal. Start that. Browser again. Let's refresh so we have our new field. Set it. Products. Product. Yeah, there we go. So set image. Small image. And there we go. We get a map. Now, um, okay, I'm gonna take a small break here. And I just realized I was on mute. Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna change the music a little bit. Okay, what do we do here? It was tricky. Okay, let's do a little bit of thinking here. Functions are available. Go intersection member put to list. Does that helpful at all? So I have the attribute get that's very helpful. What a mess. Okay. Oh shoot. What? You're joking, right? Okay. God damn it. Oh, it's in column selection mode, okay. Why in heavens? Okay. Edit. Somehow I put on column selection mode. Great! Yeah, better. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming here because my brain is no longer giving me enough to try to solve this. I need to, essentially what needs to happen is I need to flatten the maps that I'm getting for each one of the tables. So if I'm requesting multiple attributes from the same table, I'm gonna get a mixed map set like this, which has a product ID, has a entity type ID, and has the attribute code that I'm requesting. So essentially I need to flatten this in a way where I can build a single query that will give me all the attribute values for all the products listed. Which is, I guess it's gonna be interesting. Okay. I'm gonna stop here and I will continue, I guess, tomorrow.